question, is desiring revenge wrong? Don't forget, you're watching a Christian station. Yeah. Corey. What? It's not wrong?
Okay, I don't know. I have like different perspectives on it.
Okay.
First of all, causing another person harm never undoes the harm that was done to us. Okay, so that's first of all the thing. But in the Psalms, we see often the psalmist expressing prayers to the Lord that they want the Lord to carry out vengeance. Okay, so I mean, we know vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. That's in the Bible. So the Lord is the one that is the one that will carry out ultimate justice and vengeance, and he tells us that. Many, many scriptures that tell us that. We are not the ones to carry out revenge or vengeance. But the question is not about carrying out vengeance. The question is it wrong to desire revenge?
Right.
And so I look at I'm trying to look at this from a biblical view. That's what we're supposed to do. And I'm like, there's all these Psalms where the psalmist is like praying for vengeance.
But
right?
David was being chased all through the mountains and
okay,
being
but is
threatened to
it
kill.
based on your circumstances? Like,
Kind
is it
of.
like, okay, well, David had really bad circumstances,
Yes.
so he was okay. So my perspective on it, and I want to hear what the sisters have to say, is we're to take that desire for revenge to the Lord in prayer. And give it to the Lord and say, Lord, because I think that's what the psalmist is doing. Like, there's revenge in the psalmist's heart, and he's taking it to the Lord, and he's saying, bring this to my enemies, and bring it, like, Lord, this is what's in my heart, and I need you to take it, so for me, it's like, that's what's in my heart. I need to take it to the Lord, and I need to, like, say, Lord, you take it, because ultimate justice is yours, and I need you to take away and pray that there's not a root of bitterness that grows up into me.
Yeah, but Jesus said, here, Corey, slap this side of my face.
No, and that's about taking out revenge.
That's right.
That's
Okay,
about
what do you
taking
think,
out
girls?
revenge.
What do you think?
I think you can be angry and sin not. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some things are just wrong and they're not right. But here is what I've learned, okay? Because, I mean, I've had to drive by people's houses that I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, help me, you know, because it brings up, it triggers, all those emotions and feelings in the situation, and it was wrong, and you can't publicly express yourself, and it's confidential, and you really got to give it to God. So what I have to do, because it takes me a while, but now that I've got my system, I can bounce back pretty quick. And I'll just say, I'll drive by and say, I forgive you. I forgive you. I can't even pray for you right now, but I forgive you, I forgive you. Then that turns into, I'm gonna pray for you. God, I pray for them and their families, and then sometimes it turns into, God bless them. I ask you to bless, and it's not necessarily for them, but it's a lot for me and my heart.
Right. For you listening, did you get that?
You
It's
could be
not
bitter.
for them, it's for your heart. What do you have? Revenge.
The scripture says that I desire truth in my most inward parts.
Yeah.
And so I have to ask God to sanctify my desires. Now, if this question, and this isn't what the question said, but if the question said, Flo, do you ever desire revenge? I would have to be real honest and say, in my Medea voice, sometimes folk just need to be got. And Jesus, you taking a little too long. But the biblical answer is what I gave you. Now, how do we get from that part of, Jesus, you taking too long, and they need dealt with, and I am purposely being loving to them so them coals can knock them out. Heaping coals on them, okay? I have to give God my desires. Yield your members to righteousness. And my desires are part of the members of the makeup of my soul, and I have to allow the Lord to work.
Do you have a scripture for this, though?
Well,
I bet.
I have a
hope.
thought while my sisters were speaking and Corey began. Remember when Peter drew his sword in the Garden of Gethsemane?
Yeah.
Because he knew they were taking Jesus, so he wanted to fight. His intent was good. his intent was good, but he did it the wrong way. You know, he took the sword, lopped the soldier's ear off, and Jesus goes and heals the soldier.
Right, that's right.
You know, it's like Peter was, I'm sure, thinking, I'm defending you and you're doing this. And it says that God's vengeance is much better than ours. Peter took a sword and hurt one man. God, a vengeance is greater than anything we can do. So if we leave it to him, and like Medea Flo said, it is so hard to do. But once we hold back, as the sister said, wait on God. But remember this also, we don't fight flesh and blood.
That's right.
That's what Jesus
That's
was
the
trying
main
to tell
thing,
Peter. We fight the principalities and powers of the air that sometimes lead people to do the wrong things. And then, as Amy said, we got to pray for them that they come back. Is it hard? Terribly hard.
So I hope you got from everybody about this revenge and vengeance question. It's really good. I like the New Testament answer, which is Jesus said, if they want your shirt, give them your coat too.